Holland here of catherineholland.co.uk, inspiring author and breath coach. And I promised I'd be back this afternoon at 4 o'clock, a little bit late, sorry about that, to talk about the importance of water. The book that I've just published is about my recovery from an accident, an extraordinary recovery. First of all, that I survived it, and then that I really got well enough and strong enough again to be able to lead a completely normal life. And when I was writing the book, I realised there were some really significant things that I did, lifestyle decisions that I'd made that meant, first of all, that I survived, and secondly, that I did so very well. And for somebody who's never had a big accident, which I hadn't before, it all seemed fairly obvious to me that I would get better and I'd get stronger and I'd be fine, and that was all there was to it. That was my decision and that's how I lived. But what I didn't take into account was the fact that the lifestyle decisions I'd made before I had the accident profoundly affected the outcome. So much so that the medical professionals dealing with me were really not used to seeing such things happen. And to my horror, they really didn't connect it with diet, lifestyle, whatever it is that you choose to do. So I'm giving you a bit of background here. Let's see if I've got a copy of the book to show you. I've got a copy of the book to show you. And it's waiting to see if anybody else wants to join us. So this is the book that I'm talking about. It's called Indestructible Soul, How I Decided Not to Die. And that's my name, Catherine Holland, and that's a picture of me in my bike. So I'm talking now about a section in the book which is to do with water and why it's important. And people often ask me, why does it matter? Why isn't tea okay? Why isn't juice okay? Why isn't wine and beer okay? And the answer is that they are okay, but they're not water. And the best analogy that I can make is, if you are washing your clothes and you wash them in tea or beer or coffee or orange juice, would they get clean? Would you be happy with your lovely clean clothes? I don't think so, because something else is dissolved in the water, so it's unable to rinse out the dirt that's in the clothes, okay? So if you think of it like that, your body is cleaning itself. Say you imagine that we're like a river. Inside my skin, inside your skin, there is a rushing around of liquid, a lot of it, a lot of liquid. There's all the blood that we know about and we're very familiar with. There is also all of the lymph, which is, I believe, at least as much as the blood, if not more so, which is carrying out the tasks of cleaning the body, picking up any damaged or dead cells, any tissue, any diseased tissue, anything the body knows shouldn't be there. And then it carries it away. Well, it does if it's got something to carry it in. That's water. Now, if you've got a canal and you have boats wanting to float along the canal, or a river, and you have boats on rivers too, don't you? You and I know when that water is flowing well, then the channel is kept clear. We also know that if a lot of silt comes down the river, a lot of mud settles on the bottom of the river, there are areas where the water doesn't flow, and if enough comes into the area that is supposed to be flowing, the water will in fact stop flowing. This is what happens to the inside of people's bodies. We know very well it happens in the gut. It's really quite well known now that if you eat processed food, it silts up your gut, for want of a better word. It's a very simplistic idea. But if you also think of the amount of water that's flowing through, that can help to clear it. There's another reason for drinking water, and that is that the body relies on electrical impulses to work. It's a transmitting and receiving organism. And if you want proof of that, just touch your screen. Just touch your screen with your finger. That's how you make it work. You're not pushing it to make it work. You're connecting with a tiny electronic impulse in your finger to make the machine do what you want it to do. That is actually the switch making it work. The same is true inside the body. All of the messaging services within your body are small electrical impulses. And if we don't have enough conduction in the body, the messages get slowed or stop or get confused. And this is a lot of what happens as people get older. It isn't about age. It's about whether we are looking after our bodies in such a way it can continue to work. And if you eat badly, if you eat processed food, if you eat non-nutritious food, if you only drink tea or coffee or beer all your life, eventually you will silt up and things won't work properly. And I know this because my mum got to 70 before she started realising that she was going to have to start drinking water. She'd only ever drunk tea or coffee all that time. And then she started getting infections, sort of bladder, urine type infections. And she knew why. She knew she'd got off scot-free for 70 years and she was going to have to start drinking water, which she did. And it cleared up and now it works fine. And she's carrying merrily bowling along, which is wonderful. But she knows what she should be doing. And I suspect so do you. So I hope that this little talk about water and its importance has given you a bit of an idea as to why we should be drinking more water. The received wisdom is something like 8 glasses a day. If you drink other things, you need to drink more water, not less. Do you understand my logic? You need to be cleaning and you need to be clearing. But you can probably work out how much water you need. If you get headaches, you're not drinking enough water. If you look at the colour of your urine when you go to the loo, if it's a dark, yellowy, nearly green colour, you're not drinking enough water. If it's light and there's plenty of it, then you're probably drinking enough. Hope you enjoyed that and it was helpful. And I'll see you tomorrow for another breathing break. Goodbye.